I feel that I'd be remiss if I didn't take the opportunity to point out a blatant disparity that is happening tonight. I just want to let the legacy neighborhoods know that I see you. They have been coming forward now for 2 years requesting changes to our ordinance. Tonight, we have 2 issues before us that will result in ordinance changes. I want you to know that what is happening here is happening from a place of privilege. So we're making a change for one business. And then as it relates to the social districts, that is coming to us not even from city staff. That is coming to us from a special interest group. I just want us to realize what happens when certain groups are able to speak to certain folks. It gets put on the agenda and it gets voted on. I'll say it again. Legacy neighborhoods have been waiting literally for years for a requested change to the ordinance. I'll give it back to you.
I think people, as many business owners here in this room and that are watching, are going to take umbrage to the fact that this is one business that we are helping. This is not one business. And I'm failing to understand what ordinance that we need to change for the legacy neighborhoods when I actually was the forefront of when we were changing those UDO amendments of getting the legacy neighborhoods frozen so that we could move forward with those UDO amendments. So we are protecting our legacy neighborhoods, and I'm failing to understand how getting more tax revenues so we don't have to raise property taxes next year, which guess what? Some folks are gonna come back and say we're hurting legacy neighborhoods when we have to raise property taxes next year because people aren't in our city spending money. And I am proud that we are doing that tonight.
I think therein lies the difficulty. I think you really do believe you helped the legacy neighborhoods. The only difference is they don't believe you helped them. In fact, they believe you caused them harm. But again, the issue is not...
zoning
it's
frozen in the legacy neighborhoods?
No.
All right, guys. All right.
I believe perhaps my statement was misconstrued. I was pointing out that, again, as of this moment, the request made by the legacy neighborhoods still has not been addressed. I just wanted to point out that we're moving in relative light speed with some other issues. I mentioned one gentleman because he and I had the pleasure of having that conversation. It was a very pleasant conversation. I wish you nothing but the best.
I do just want to point out that the city of Asheville is one of the only cities in America that has a reparations fund that we are actively working to address these issues. And in fact, we're reviewing the recommendations from the committee right now. And then when we're focusing on social districts, what we're not focusing on is the fact that our Black children are not rising to the educational attainment as white folks, that we have increased violence and guns in the Black neighborhoods. So if we could focus on the actual issues, which we are, that are hurting Black folks, then we can move forward. But when we're focused on social districts and saying that that is somehow hurting folks from 70 years ago, that does not compute to me.
This is another instance where you literally just made something up. I did not say that. I am not conflating the two things. I don't know how many times I have to say that the issue isn't the issue. It is an instance of where certain parts of the community get their needs placed at the beginning. You would think that I'm literally addressing you, and I'm not. But what I will tell you is, it is not your place to say what Black people need. It is not your place. And I hope one day, because I really believe you mean well, but what is happening now is embarrassing, Bo. God bless your heart.